For the 100% cheapest coins on the internet with reliable delivery and quick customer support, check out my sponsor MMOEXP by clicking the link at the top of the description and use code SWIFT at checkout for 5% off. Ayo, 5,000 likes and I wear this in a video. Souls of Emily, and today I'm coming back at you guys with another Madden 21 video on the channel. And in today's video we're going to be going over something you guys can be doing to get 95 overall playoff cards for much cheaper than they're originally posted up on the auction block for, and get some really great players on your team while spending a lot less coins than you should be. Now before we get into this one, who dat fellas, I don't know if you're watching this before the game or after, but hopefully we secure the W today. If we don't, you guys might not hear from me for a while, but without further ado, let's hop into this video. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do right here is give you guys a reference point to see how much these cards are selling for, so you can see how effective this method truly is. When we come into the auction block right here and filter it down by the NFL playoffs promo and go by a couple of popular cards like DK Metcalf or Denzel Ward, DK Metcalf right now should be going for a price of around 350,000 coins. When we filter it down by Met, as you guys will see, DK right here is up for 360, and Denzel Ward should be selling for around a similar price. These really wanted 95 overalls are up for about 350 to 360k. I'm going to show you guys how you can get these cards for about 250k and either profit on the players or just keep them on your team and get some really good value cards. Now the way we're going to be doing this is getting into the NFL playoff set and taking advantage of this set right here. Now this set is going to require 85, 87, and 89 overall cards, and we're going to get these cards for cheap, as well as actually utilize some methods to get these players for even cheaper. So let's start it off by going over the 85 overalls, how we can get these cards for cheap, and my strategy to get these players at the lowest cost possible. Now the first thing we're actually going to do to get these cards for cheap is hop into the store and roll some get a player packs. What we're going to do in the video is spend 25,000 coins on get a player packs, and ideally we might be able to pull an 85. If we don't, which is very likely, we're going to be upgrading our players until we get up to an 85 and selling off all the straggler cards we get from this to basically get a ton of players absolutely free. Okay, so we just dropped 20,000 coins on these packs, and we actually got some pretty solid pulls. As you can see, we got a couple of elites, we got that coin quick sell Xavier and Howard, and now what we're gonna do is make back that 20,000 coins and be left over with a whole bunch of free players, which we can upgrade into ideally 85s or maybe even an 87 overall card. So step number one is to sell off any of your power-ups, coin quick sells, and team of the week players. Those are the three cards you want to sell off. As you guys can see, we're quick selling Xavier and Howard right here for 18k. We're also actually going to be able to sell off this TJ Watt for a price of like 7,000 coins or 5k. So that right there is going to pay for the entire pack opening. The rest of the cards we have in here are just absolutely free. If you're not as lucky as me and you don't end up pulling a coin card, which is definitely pretty lucky that I ended up getting that, what I'd recommend you do is sell off any 84 and any 82 overall cards that you pull. So as you can see, we have this Richard Seymour. He's going for like 7k. It's going to be pretty easy. You guys get back your initial investment off of just a few cards. So sell off any power-ups, team of the weeks, 84s, and 82 overall players. So now that we've done that, let's get into upgrading, and ideally we're going to be able to construct at least an 85 overall player in the video. What we're going to start it off by doing is exchanging all of our lower overall silvers and higher overall silvers into low gold. So this set right here is going to be completed until we can't do it anymore. We can actually only do it once, which is definitely not ideal. It doesn't really matter what we get from the pack, as long as it's not a power-up, it can go into the upgrade. And as you guys will see, we will do this one as many times as we can as well. We did end up pulling quite a few high silvers, so I'll see you guys in a second once I've exchanged all of them into low gold. Okay, so now that we have quite a few low golds, what we're going to do is exchange these low golds into high golds, go into the superstar MVP section of the sets, scroll all the way down to this one right here, and do this with as many gold players as you have. Don't put any power-ups into this. We'll be selling off all of our power-ups later, but exchange all your low golds into high golds by doing this set right here. Okay, so now that you guys did that, hop into the exchange set, scroll down until you get to the 81 overall elite exchange. As you can see, you're going to need to put in 6 of these 75 to 79s, and we're going to be throwing all of our 75 to 79s into this set. As you can see, we do have quite a few of them, so we should be able to do this set twice, giving us a couple of 80 to 82 overall cards. So in this exchange set, as you guys can see, we're putting in Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, and Hayden Hurst. This is going to give us an 83 to 84 overall player. We're going to be getting one of them right here. It looks like we are going to be getting, what animation even is that? We're getting getting an 84 overall out of position Robert Woods. Definitely an interesting card that we end up pulling there. I definitely haven't seen that card come out of packs, and we're also going to be able to do this 83 to 84 overall exchange one final time right here, fellas. Let's see what we can get. It is going to be a most feared card. Sorry, not a most feared card, a zero chill card, 83 overall Cody Whitehair. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to quickly check the prices of the three 83 to 84 overall players that we've got, because when we put in these 83 to 84s, we can actually get an 85 to 86 overall player by putting three of them into this elite exchange. So Richard Seymour, I know, isn't selling for a ton. We'll put him into the elite exchange right there. We're also going to be getting Cody Whitehair. I don't think he's selling for a lot, so we'll put him into the exchange as well. And then Robert Woods is selling for a price of around 50k, so we're actually going to sell off this Robert Woods card, which is going to take our profits up to about 20,000 coins already off of this, and I'm going to go purchase an 83 overall player so we can knock that set out. Okay, so with those profits, we're going to be able to make off of Robert Woods, Derwin James, and our coin card. We're going to get Darius Slay right here and put him into the set. I also did go into the block and purchase another 85 overall player. We got this 85 overall Quintet Jammer, so this card can just simply be added into the set, and this is a free player we can add to the set because we did have a ton of profits, so we're going to reinvest those profits into an 85. And now let's open up this 85 to 86 overall elite player, and we can also put this card into the set. As long as it's not a crazy expensive player, we're getting 86 overall Lamar Jackson. That card is pretty expensive, so what I'm going to do right here is actually sell off that LJ, and we'll purchase two more 85s based on how much this card is going for. As you can see, LJ's up for 25k. What we can do is actually sell off this card and get two more 85s. So you guys could theoretically rinse and repeat doing this method until you get all of your 85s absolutely free. I'm going to sell off the LJ, and we're going to hop into the block and start to purchase the remainder of these players. Okay, so I hope that does make sense, guys. At this point, we're up like 20k, and you are going to need a total of 7 85 to 86 overall players to knock this out. So let's hop into the store and let's purchase the remainder of the cards. We are going to need 6 more players, but again, we're up 20,000 coins right now, so we can probably get 2 of those cards using the 20k we're up, and that's going to pay for some of these 85 overall cards. So let's go by quality 84 to 85. We're going to filter it down by the Campus Hero program, and this is by far the easiest way to snipe your 85s. All we're looking to do is buy these cards at a price of around 10,000 coins or less. We're going to filter it down by all the positions that these players are at. I'll take a look at corner right here, as I think this filter is going to be pretty hot. As you can see, 10.8 for this Quintet Jammer. We'll add that card to the set, and that's essentially a free card, right? Because we're already profitable by doing this method. So all I'm going to do is filter it down by all these positions and try and find these cards up for cheap. When we see a card up for 10,000 coins or around 10k, we will snipe it and we will add it to the set. 10.3 for Roy Williams, and those cards are basically free cards. Right now, all we need are 4 more of these cards. I'm going to buy all these at around 10k, and we're going to only have invested 40,000 coins to get all of the 85s that we need to knock this set out. So I'll see you guys in a second once I have all those 85s, and we'll add them to the set for only spending 40,000 coins. Okay, so there we go, boys. We have all of these 85s in the set. This only costed us 40,000 coins out of pocket, and now let's move on to the 87 to 88. So as you guys can see, it is showing that these 87 to 88s are actually going for 31,000 coins, but this is an inflated price. We're gonna have to get these cards for cheaper, because this is definitely not how much they're going for. This is an unfiltered down rate, but these cards will actually sell at this price. So essentially what we're going to be doing to kind of cost offset with these players is for every card we need to add to the set, we're sniping 2 of them. One of the snipes goes into the set, and one of them gets resold at 30k to kind of cost offset and make it cheaper to knock this set out. So as you guys will see, the cheapest 87s are up for 30. Let's refresh on this filter, and I'll prove to you guys these cards are selling at this price. So as you guys can see, just refreshed on this filter, all the cards at 33k or less did end up selling. So let's hop into the block and let's get into how we're going to snipe these cards and then resell some of them to make our coins back. Okay, so we're going by 86 to 87. We're going to filter it down by the core elite filter right here. I'm going to go by all offense and all defense, and we're going to flip on to the newest section of this filter. Now we're going to try and snipe 10 of these cards at 25k or less. On the newest section, all you got to do is just refresh until you see a new card. As you can see, the cheapest 87s are at about 28k. So if someone was to post one of these cards for like 25 or 22k, we would be able to quickly snipe that card and either add it to the set or resell it for 30 grand. The same thing is going to happen on the all defense filter. As you guys can see on this filter, there's basically the same price points. 87s are just a little bit out of the range we want. I would take a couple of refreshes on here and try and find these cards up for cheap. We'll take a refresh here, and then let's move on to the second filter, because I'm going to go over a whole bunch of them really quickly and then probably do most of my sniping off camera. So we're going to go by the legend filter right here as well, guys. Move on over to legends. You can stay on all offense, you can stay on all defense. As you can see, we're seeing 57 minutes on these cards, which isn't ideal. You want to see 59 minutes on these players. So let's filter it down by corner, and let's filter it down by left outside linebacker to try and find the newest cards. As you guys can see on this cornerback filter right here, the cheapest 87, just a little bit out of range. That's kind of a little bit annoying. I was hoping to see one of those cards up for cheap. When it comes to the left outside linebackers, there's one up for 26k. So I mean, theoretically, if you guys want to, you can buy at 26. That's not really going to be the end of the world. You do need quite a few snipes when it comes to these cards, and when it comes to sniping these players, you're selling one card and you're keeping one card. So let's say we spend 25k on each of the cards, we sell off one of them for 33k, that's 30k after tax. That's going to essentially mean we're spending 20,000 coins on each of our cards. You need 5 of these cards, so that's going to be about another 100,000 coins invested into the 87s. At this point, we've only spent 140k, and we'll have almost all the cards required to go into the set. Remember, these cards are selling for 350, so theoretically you can make some profit off of this, but let's snipe our 87s, and I'll see you guys in a second once I've done that. Okay, so here are all of the 87 overall cards we did end up sniping. We've got 9 right here. I don't know why this final one is shown at the bottom, but we did overpay a little bit for that Rod Woodson. Otherwise, 25, 21, 24k for these cards, some really good deals. And what we're gonna do is sell off half of the cards and put half of the cards into the set. That is gonna end up being a total out-of-pocket cost of about 100,000 coins to get these 87s. So let's put these cards into the set, and now we'll only have spent about 140k to add in these players. This could be a coin making method if you guys wanted it to. It doesn't really matter which ones of these cards you put in. And now let's get into buying these 89s, because there's no real gimmick for these 89 overall cards. Okay, so when it comes to these 89s, all we're going to try and do is find these cards at a price of around 30,000 coins or less. That's going to be about another 90,000 coins invested into this, which is going to mean our total cost into this is 230k. And remember, these cards are selling for about 350 to 360,000 coins. So go by 88 to 89, go by flashbacks, veterans, heavyweights, and rising stars. And we're going to try and find these cards up for 30k. All we really do is just cycle through these weekly filters until we find a snipe. We do need 3 of them. So we're hoping to see these cards up for cheap. Ideally, we can find a couple on camera. I don't really mind doing my sniping off camera either. Take a look at rising stars right here. You can also take a look at team standouts if you do want to. And if you don't mind overpaying just a little bit, I mean, 32,000 coins really isn't the end of the world if you spend that much. I think I might spend 32k on one of these cards. Let me quickly make sure we are seeing all the newest players on this filter. We are seeing 59 minutes, so I'll probably just buy it 33. I mean, it's not really the end of the world if I spend 3,000 extra coins on one of these 89s after we're already getting this set done for so cheap. So let me snipe my final couple of 89s, and then we're gonna knock the set out, and I'm gonna select one of these players to add to my team. So yeah, about 90,000 coins in spend later, we have spent 230,000 coins to complete this set and get one of these 95s for honestly a really good deal. This could be a coin making method if you wanted it to. What I'm gonna do is put these couple of cards into the set, and we're gonna be selecting DK Metcalf from this pack, guys. I do really want to add DK to my team. I'm very excited to add him to the squad. I will be selecting this 95 overall DK. This card is absolutely insane, boys. This could be a coin making method. We could sell off the card if we wanted to. I'm gonna actually use this card on my squad, but that's gonna do it for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a like down below, hit that sub button if you are new to the channel, and until next time, I'm out. Peace.
So,